5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Hey guys.
Hey, business stars. Okay, the number one complaint we hear from entrepreneurs across the globe is my marketing is not producing real results.
Yeah, and a very real problem, because if you can't count on your marketing to attract people into your business, well, you end up like so many others who are forced to abandon their dream business and head back to the 9-to-5 grind that they were trying to escape from to begin with.
Yep. And as you can tell, poor Michael has allergy syndrome today. He does. Like, I had to just mention it because you don't sound like your usual self.
I don't. I'm my same chipper self.
He is. The same chipper attitude. He just sounds a little down and out, but he's not. Trust me, guys. I mean, he's raring to go today, and he gets passionate about this stuff too.
I do. I'm excited about this, pollen or not.
That's right. So now back to the topic of your marketing is sucking wind. Okay. So let's get honest about the 5 things that cause this, right? The first reason your marketing is a mess is you don't have a different and compelling brand story, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to remember, when it comes to this, there's only one you, right? You have a story that no doubt plays into why you're in the profession that you're in. And when you share that story, well, doors open up that you never, ever thought possible. Yeah.
For instance, we have a friend who has a business, a coach and a podcaster, right? Mm-hmm. The name of her business, the podcast, is NFA Money. That would be no bleeping around money. Right. And she literally says it. Now, and it's not in my repertoire usually to sling that word, not on air anyway, not without stubbing my toe first. But hey, I love it because it sets her apart completely. Right. She tells the story of how she went from being on food stamps to a 6-figure income. And now she coaches others about how to do the same thing. It's a fantastic podcast, by the way, and you really should look it up. Dr. Amanda.
Dr. Amanda, NFA Money podcast. So the thing you have to remember is, you may be thinking, well, I don't have a story like that. I didn't go from food stamps to 6 figures. My story is just not that exciting or different. Well, your story doesn't have to be a rags to riches story. Everybody's story is really different. Mine's not a rags to riches story. I started out selling vacuum cleaners, then went into radio, but it was that path and the things that I learned that were critical to me and to my success in taking that path that became the story that eventually became Brand Face, right?
Yep.
So all of you need just to make sure that you answer these 5 questions in your marketing.
Very important,
okay?
5 questions.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 5. Who do you serve?
4. How do you serve them?
3. What qualifies you to serve them?
2, how it makes their life better.
And number 1, what sets you apart from everybody else in your industry who's trying to do the same things?
Yeah, if you can't answer those questions, that's the first place you need to start. The second reason your marketing is a mess. Number 2, you have no brand hook.
That's right.
This is a 75-mile-an-hour brief message that captures the attention. We call it a brand identifier. It expresses what you stand for or what you are known for. Mm-hmm. You have to spend some time on this.
Exactly. And here's why we do this. We explain this quite a bit. So the reason you need a brand hook or a brand identifier is think of your brand like a book, because your brand is your story, but you cannot fit the entire contents of a story on the cover of a book. That's why your book cover has to be so compelling, has to capture attention right away and get people to notice it so they pick up that book and open the first page, right? Mm-hmm. So that's really what we use a brand identifier for. It says, here's what this person wants to be known for. Now look further.
Yeah. And here are just a few of the problems that we see with brand identifiers when we deal with clients. 45 states now, 4 different countries. We run into these same problems with people and their brand identifiers. Yeah. They're boring. Sorry, guys. They're too long, usually. They don't make sense nearly all the time, and they're not compelling. Okay, right. Those are the main reasons why your brand identifier is not stopping your traffic for you to help you attract the business that you're looking for.
Right, and just to clarify, when we say brand hook or brand identifier, that's like a slogan or a tagline that says, here's what I'm known for, right? Right off the bat, you grab people's attention. Okay. The third reason your marketing is a mess, you didn't do a purposeful and professional brand photo shoot, right?
Ooh, that's going to sting some people.
That's going to sting some people. And both of these are critical because you actually can have one without the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about it. You can have a photo shoot that really expresses your fun side and your personality, but they weren't done by a professional photographer. So something is definitely missing.
Yep. And you can't have photos that look like they were done by a professional. A lot of people do that, but they don't represent the image that you're trying to express. This is really important, guys. We say all the time that we know that a photo is worth 1,000 words. It has to be the right words, right? They could be boring headshots. They might be perfect. It might be great, but they're not telling anything. They're not telling a story in and of themselves. When we prepare our clients for a photo shoot, we have them meet with our stylist before they get ready for that shoot, and he meets with them, and he's already familiar with their brand identifier, what their story is, what their brand colors are, and that way he knows the kind of images that this person is seeking to show when they do their photo shoot. And actually, we send instructions to your photographer so they know exactly what they need to be shooting for you.
Yeah. I'm going to take just one moment and give our stylist a shout out. Armand Honeycutt, He's the adore man. You. You're the man. And Armand is so fantastic. He makes everybody feel very comfortable. He's very approachable. And he's actually styled a couple of NBA players for the draft.
Yep.
So he's very skilled at what he does. And we just want to give him a huge shout out. He's been our stylist now for years, and we couldn't do it without him. He's absolutely wonderful.
He's a professionally trained tailor. He's a stylist. He's worked with celebrities. He's worked with everyday folks. Like he has spanned the board. He is a very dapper gent himself.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, we love you, Armand.
All right. So the problem with photo shoots is most people just do them without planning ahead on how the photos will be used, what purpose those photos should serve. And when that happens, you could have a very serious disconnect, guys, and how people view you and how you want them to view you. Think about that for a minute. How people view you and how you want them to view you may not be aligned.
Yeah. And number 4, Tanya knows this is my favorite one, so I always get to do it. Number 4, your marketing is a mess is because you're not consistent about it. You do not have brand consistency. When we talk about consistency, we're talking about 2 different types, okay? First is a consistent look and feel everywhere. Do you have different images and different messaging across different platforms? I'll bet you a lot of listeners right now can go, and their Instagram is going to have one image on there, or their Facebook's going to have another, their LinkedIn is going to have another, the website's going to have another, right? That's one of 2 different ways.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the consistency of look and feel across all of your platforms. The second way we look at consistency is, are you consistently putting your brand out there? Okay. You got to be doing both of those. If not, it's no wonder your marketing's a mess. Sorry. It's just the consistency of a consistent message that makes people consistently remember you and what you're known for.
That's right.
Okay. And I know that sounds confusing, but I'm going to repeat it because it's so true. It's the consistency of a consistent message that makes people consistently remember what you're known for.
Yep.
Okay.
And here's another one of our quotes. Success is the consistency that you practice when you can't instantly see the benefit of the results. Let me say that again. Success is the consistency that you practice when you cannot instantly see the benefits of the results. In other words, don't give up, guys.
Yep.
Just because you do one thing and it doesn't immediately put money in your pocket doesn't mean that it is not working, right?
Yep. That's the whole point of consistency.
You have to keep it up. You have to keep it up.
If everything worked the first or second or third time we did it, there would be no need for the word consistency.
Right.
Right. Okay. Think about that. That's something that will keep you awake tonight. Okay. So finally, the number 5 reason that your marketing is a mess is your brand really needs an outside educated opinion. Okay. I've got one sentence for you. You can't see the label when you're inside the jar. Nope.
None of us can. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I'll testify.
For almost 30 years. Okay, that shows my age, but we're not going to put it up on the screen.
She started when she was an infant.
I did. Mere age of 3. I've been working with people who consistently tell me that they never could have branded themselves. Okay. But here's one thing you need to know. And even there are a lot of people with marketing degrees and master's degrees in our program that say, well, I'm mad at myself because I should be able to do this myself. Right. But it's not your fault, guys. There's a simple reason for that.
Yeah. I know what the reason is. You can't operate on yourself either. Right.
That's true.
It's because you were not trained in professional branding. And guess what? Neither are your friends or your broker or your boss. You have to go to people. Like I say this all the time. Do not go to your brick mason to get your teeth fixed. He doesn't know what he's doing. Right. And do not go to your dentist to build your house. She doesn't know what she's doing in those arenas. You're trained in your profession. You don't train in personal branding every day either. Just like we don't teach crypto investing seminars or we don't do plumbing. I know how to do plumbing, but I don't like to do it. And although I know how to make money, teaching others to invest in crypto is not what I do.
No. And just because you can replace a toilet, which I have done on multiple occasions, I hope everybody's impressed with that. I assure you, anything more than that is way above my pay grade, guys. So, you may be saying to yourself, well, okay, no problem. I can do a logo. I have Canva now, and I can hire a professional photographer to take my photos. Well, then you got to ask yourself,
well, what kind of logo are you creating? What kind of photos should you be taking? Because those two things are based on many, many other factors. Those are just two of the branding elements that you need. Now, where are the rest of the 77 criteria that we use at BrandFace when we are building a brand for somebody? Personal branding is a whole lot more than just a logo and a photo and a tagline. It's an entire ecosystem that represents you to your prospects and the clients that you want in a very authentic way. It's compelling and it's purposeful.
Yeah.
And we do it every day, all day.
So it all comes down to this. Don't skimp on yourself, because it's personal branding is personal, right? Personal for you. We don't help people with my personal brand. We help them with their personal brand. We help you with yours. Because when you do skimp on yourself, when you don't put that thought into who you are, why you do what you do, and how you present yourself to the world, well, the result is messy marketing. Okay. It's not authentic. It's not compelling. It has no clear purpose. And that's why you're not getting the real results.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I got to tell a quick story like this. When I met Tanya, and I hired Tanya for a lot more than anybody in our program has ever paid for this same program. Mm-hmm. I could tell you this. I told her at first that I did not need her. I'd had 5 others just like her, and I did not need another one. I was wrong as wrong could be. We're recording, right? I was wrong as wrong could be. And to prove it, one of the first things she did was I had 6 construction trucks, big, giant construction trucks on the road doing jobs. And the first thing she discovered was 2 of them had a different logo and the wrong phone number on it. Now, how come anybody else in my organization didn't know that before Tanya? You know why? Because they were not paying attention. I did not have brand consistency. And that was just one of the problems that I had at the time.
Yeah, that's true. And we'll talk about how that story went another day, because he's telling the truth. He did tell me I have 5 more just like you. I don't need another one. And yet here I sit today. It's a testament to my own consistency, right?
And my brains for hiring her and sticking with her. Look, ever since she hired me to do a brand, I just tell everybody the secret of my success is listening to her. Listen, we've given you guys some really great content today that should make you think. And that's really what we want you to do. Think about where your marketing is headed. Think about how your brand will make the difference. But, if you want to be more actionable, if you want to have more actionable content like this, you have got to start subscribing to us, guys. Be on that VIP list, because we're really giving the carrots away. We're giving you the pearls that helped build me into a 7-figure income business consistently year over year. And we can do the same for you.
Yep. So if you're ready to take your brand to the next level, Michael and I want to help you. Just go to discussyourbrand.com. You'll see a short form there. Fill that out and it'll give us a little more information so we're better prepared for the call with you. You choose your date and time and speak with our team of experts, okay? Learn more about building your personal brand, because at the end of the day, guess what it does for you? It teaches people how to treat you. And all you have to do is take the first step. Discussyourbrand.com.
Hey guys, it's all about prosperity. That's why we do this thing. When we say prosperity, we're not just talking about money. That's just one part of it. We're talking about the true 360 of an abundant life that we really want for each and every one of you out there. We know here at Brand Face that prosperity favors the bold. So we say be bold, folks, especially with your brand, and especially in 2022. Thank you, Miss Tanya.
Thank you. All right, everybody, go have a bold day. We'll see you next week.